Hi everybody, I'm Kerry McGinnis and I'm the author of Secrets of the Springs, published by Penguin, now Penguin Random House. It's an outback novel, but not the usual genre of rural romance. My books are more about the families and working men living in isolation in the harsh landscape of the inland, which becomes the core both of the novel and the protagonist's identity. The stories have a love interest, a mystery, some soft crime, not blood and guts stuff. Mostly they're an exploration of the lives of those who live beyond the bitumen in the remotest areas of Australia, places like the Gulf Country, which was my home for many years, the Territory's Red Centre and the Mallee in South Australia, where I lived as a young child. Secrets, however, is set in the saltbush desert country north of Broken Hill. As a family, my father and siblings and I travelled about from the get-go. We were drovers for a dozen years and covered a lot of Queensland on the stock routes, shifting cattle from stations to railheads or other destinations. We worked on many properties, up in the north along the western rivers, down on the edge of the dry country south of Boulia. We ran brumbies, broke horses and had our own station when we gave up the droving. That was up in the open range country in the Gulf, where there were no fences, wild cattle and terrible roads, just wheel tracks really. It is those experiences of stock, stations and bush living that I draw on for the settings and backgrounds for my books. Secrets is set in the mid-70s when the brucellosis and tuberculosis campaign, otherwise known as BTEC, was introduced by the government at America's demand. It was done in order to retain our beef quotas with the US, and it created unbelievable hardship for the graziers involved, for beef prices halved overnight and continued falling. Some stations in the Gulf shut down completely, turning to fishing to make a living. Quite a few owners walked off their properties, and while prices had never been lower, at the same time the government was putting impossible demands on owners in an effort to get the open range fenced and the national herd tested. Those who didn't comply were quarantined and couldn't sell their stock, however little they would have got for them. Every beast over 5 years of age was sent to slaughter. Thousands upon thousands of them were killed over the 20-odd years of the BTEC campaign. All this explanation provides the background history for Secrets as my protagonist, Orla, and her companions battle to keep afloat Melbourne Park, the station that at her uncle's death has reverted to her care. It is hard for Orla, struggling against the constrictions that lack of money enforces. Everyone in the bush is suffering from the beef crash. The properties can't afford to hire men. The small town businesses have lost their regular income. People move away, schools close. It's an all too familiar downward spiral whenever hard times strike in the bush. Against this background, the human problems are explored. Orla's blighted past, the housekeeper Ellen's shameful secret, the solicitor Ben's unrequited love. There are also the endless demands of the land, which must be worked regardless of hardship and lack of finance if Melbourne Park is to be saved from the banks and their own futures secured. Secrets explores the theme of loss and redemption and forgiveness, and the strong bond of country that those born or raised in the outback cannot fail to feel. It also looks at what it takes to serve the land, another important theme in the novel, as Orla reacquaints herself with all she once held dear and discovers that the past can be understood in ways she initially didn't think was possible. That's about it. So thank you for inviting me, Carol. Bye.